What's up, guys? It's Mike with Shallow Reefing, coming back at you with another video. And today, this is a hard video to make. I don't know how I'm gonna cut the video together because a lot of it has just kind of happened over the last like 4 or 5 days with Dory. Now, Dory had been, she had been eating like last week, but then all of a sudden this week, she just, stopped eating, was kind of more skittish, hiding out more, didn't really think much of it, and then just rapidly going downhill. So these are some of the video clips that I got at Dory in her, final couple days with me. I tried everything I could think of. No one really knows what's going on and what has happened to Dory. It didn't act like any head and lateral line disease. It wasn't necessarily maybe a fungal bacteria or infection, maybe. Wasn't any flukes, wasn't any internal parasites that you could be treated for, like worms or anything like that. I don't know, and that's the hardest part about this. All right, so Dory is acting really strange. I'm wondering if she has a swim bladder issue because she is just like struggling to do anything right now. She's been perched up under here, under those rocks, and now back here, and I have no idea what is going on. And then she started doing some rubbing down in here and up and around here, and it was very concerning. So we'll keep an eye on her and see if she's okay. Oh, there she goes. Oh, dear Jesus. Please don't have a swim bladder issue, Dory. Please don't. What is going on?
What happens if she does?
This is not good.
No.
So now she's up under the rock down here, kind of just perching, but she is not swimming right at all. This is not looking good at all. I don't even know what to do in this situation. Oh God, Dory, please don't go. I am not ready for you to go. I've had you for 7 years. This is hard to watch. God. She used to just hide under here and kind of swim. She had been doing that for a little bit, but now it's gotten progressively worse. Dory, you are not looking good at all, girl. Oh God, this is not good. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what's going on. It's like she can't stay upright. Oh, she's just gonna hit everything.
Can we put her in like a quarantine room?
I don't know. She's so big. I'm gonna cut down some of the flow and see if that helps, but she's just...
That hurts my...
All right, so this is escalating quickly. I'm going to get her down into the sump and give her some nice calm water that's not going crazy. We'll see what happens. All right, so Dory is in the sump and this is not looking good. I'm trying to research what could possibly be going on. Oh, Jesus. Dory, please don't go. All right, so Dory is now down at the bottom. I don't know if I want to do a freshwater bath and see. There's no way it's flukes. I have no idea how this fish could get flukes. That is one idea. A swim bladder issue. Maybe put it with some Epsom salts is another thing I can do. My friend Wayne said, maybe it's some parasite on the inside. So he's gonna call me and see what we might be able to do. But gosh, this stinks. All right, this is a long shot. Freshwater dip. No more than 5 minutes. I'm gonna probably keep her in there for 2 to 3 and see what happens. And we'll see if any parasites or anything fall off of her. Maybe I should have used a bigger container, but Jesus. We're gonna do a freshwater dip. Don't jump out, please. We'll see if anything comes off of her. I am seeing stuff come off of her. Are you guys seeing stuff come off of her? I can't tell if that's just stress. Jesus. Yeah, let's not jump out. I don't see anything like flukes or anything coming off. And anything that's in the water is probably just off of her coat. But I'm not seeing anything. All right, I took her out after 2 minutes because I couldn't take it anymore. She was really lethargic and not really breathing well. I don't see anything in here that looks like a parasite. Like nothing that I'm looking at looks like a parasite. I see stuff suspended in the water column, but none of it to me looks like a parasite. If it looks like a parasite to you, let me know, but I don't think it looks like a parasite, like a fluke. Something's gotta be in her belly then. Swim bladder or a parasite in her belly. All right, so quarantine tank is set up. Time to fill up the tank and get Dory out of there. And let's hope that she is still alive. Yes, barely.
Okay.
So put her in here. Not looking too good. I'm gonna hit it with Prazi Pro and pray to God something happens. I might turn off the pump. That way it's just the bubbler. All right, Dory, we're about to get some Prazi Pro in you. Yes, this tank is extremely dirty. I gotta clean it, but it was in the shed and I gotta get her in it quick. So 1 teaspoon of this per 20 gallons, AKA 5 milliliters per 20 gallons. So I'm gonna get my syringes out, put in 5 milliliters and pray this starts working. Gosh, Dory, your face looks beaten to a pulp and you got a sunken belly right now. This is just horrible to watch. All right, I'm going to be back in about an hour and hopefully Dory's doing better and I can turn on the flow pump. That way I have 2 means of getting her some oxygen in here. All right, so Dory is looking, I don't know, maybe better, maybe not. I don't know. Here's a good video of her to see, you know, kind of what's all going on. See kind of a spot here. I don't think that's ick or anything. I think that's more bruising. This is probably bruising too from smashing into everything when she's swimming. Got a little bit of a pinched belly, if you can see that. So maybe an internal parasite? I was speaking with a fish guru around the area and she was asking all these questions and stuff, and the only thing that we can come up with is that if it is a parasite, it came in on one coral that I got from a trade with a guy who was a local guy. But the coral was dipped and everything, and somehow maybe a parasite got in. Who knows if that's even it. I don't really know what I want it to be. I just know that I want Dory to be better. All right, Dory, I'm going to bed. I love you. Please don't die on me in the morning. It's the next morning and she's still alive somehow. So I took some soft spirulina, some seaweed, and put some Metroplex together. And I've let it sit overnight. I'm gonna put some water in it and hopefully medicate Dory. Let's hope. So the LFS owner thinks that it might be head and lateral line disease or erosion, but I don't know. Doesn't really look like it. It does look a little ratty, but who knows? So I went to check for stray voltage, nowhere in the tank, so we're good for that. But there are a couple other reasons to, you know, kind of figure out if it's head and lateral line erosion. So Dory does not look that ratty. So she might be early stages, but her behavior is way, way, way worse than what a fish would be for her level of head and lateral line erosion. So I've rolled out stray voltage. I'm only using ROX 0.8. I think I'm just gonna remove all my carbon completely. Copper, you saw my copper levels in my video that I was doing with my ICP analysis, and they're really low, and I'm actually dosing copper. So I think I'm gonna remove my copper dosing if I haven't dosed it in a while, and it's still super low. So not gonna dose copper. Vitamin deficiencies. Well, this is what I've been feeding. Soft spirulina, Dr. Baslier. I had a little bit of New Life Spectrum left and I put it in here. This has the acai unit and TDO chromo boost, and then I soak it in Celcon. So I think this is a pretty good regimen because this spirulina is more algae based. So they are getting the algae from it. I haven't been doing nori in a while because, you know, been about 2 months since I've used real nori, just because I don't want to spike my phosphate levels. But still, this is not, I think this is pretty good for the fish. Very healthy. I don't know. The only thing is this has acai in it, which is not a marine-based anything, but all these other things have like some wheat or something stupid in it when you look at their breakdowns. Yeah. Like wheat gum or wheat germ in here, stuff like that. But still, this shouldn't really cause head and lateral line erosion. Plus, I'm doing Miracle Mud since like January, February-ish. And that's supposed to help with head and lateral line erosion. I don't really think it's head and lateral line erosion. What do you think, Spencer? What do you think it is? Nobody knows. All right, girl. I got you a little antibiotic cocktail of foods and power nutrients for you to eat. Just please eat it. I'm really worried about you. I'm not sure she's gonna eat any of that. All right, so I don't know what that is on her, but it could be flukes of some sort, maybe? I don't know, you can kind of see that. She moved and it came off, so it could have been some of that fish food that she didn't eat. But none of this is good. This is getting really hard to watch. All right, Dory is in the worst shape ever. Her belly just looks so sunken right now. I think I'm gonna put more Prazipro in because she's pretty much dead. There's nothing left for this fish except to maybe expedite some medication, see what happens, but she's done for. I don't even know why I'm filming this anymore. So I moved Dory to a 10-gallon tank with freshly mixed salt water because I was worried that the 24-gallon with the regular tank water might have done something to her, and there might have been something in the water. So this is like freshly mixed salt water. I don't know at this point.
The water's going up.
So I put Prazipro in here, and I don't know. I think it might be head and lateral line disease, but it's very mild and she's acting way more stressed out if it is head and lateral line disease. But we'll see what, a fresh salt mix in this tank that's clean and sterile does. Come on, Dory. You can see her fins are progressively getting more and more ratty. But I guess that could just be due to stress. All right, so after doing a bunch more research and calming down, I think Dory's dying of head and lateral line disease and old age. So you look at the life expectancy, some say 8 to 12 years of age, some say 20 years of age, which is insane. But if you break it down and look at what average reef keepers are doing, this is the breakdown. The average Tang is living between 1 to 5 years with no problems at 57%, 6 to 10 years at 27%, and 11 to 20 at 10%. So I'm in the upper echelon at the 27%, which isn't great because she's been with me for 7 years. So I've had her 7 years and she's probably a little bit older than that because I got her when she was really tiny. So she might be close to 8, but with me 7. So one of the articles that stood out to me the most was this guy named Paul B. He wrote about, Hippo tanks have an incredibly sophisticated lateral line, which is great for them in open water when they're schooling with other fish. They can be like millimeters away from each other, not touch each other. But in the aquarium where they're not in deep water, they're constantly feeling, the pumps hum and the glass is always really close to them. Their lateral line just kind of going into overdrive all the time. And it eventually kind of like degrades on them. And that's an interesting theory. There's a ton of theories, but no one seems to know what's really going on. But I think I've reached the conclusion that Dory's probably not going to make it through the next 2 days. All right, so LFS owner says that sounds a little too rapid for it to be head and lateral line disease or any type of flukes or anything. So let's think it's a protozoan or bacterial infection. So we're going to try Sulfaplex and see if Dory is going to feel better. We're going to do 3 scoops, even though this dose can be quadrupled. I'm gonna start off with 3 scoops. And you can see she's been stuck to the pump, and that is her face. This is not good. Well, I'm kind of at a loss because Dory's probably gonna pass in the next day. So I'm reaching out to a local university professor and seeing if they can do a post-mortem autopsy on Dory to see what was her demise.
Get away!
So Dory is just...
Sorry, Daddy.
It's alright. Dory's done for. She's just wasting away. I've never seen this before. I don't know. She's just done. She's barely breathing. Alright. Time for me to put Dory in a bag and freeze her, and maybe the professor will do an autopsy on her to see what's going on. But I think I'm going to do an aqua biomics eDNA test to see what's going on with the tank, or what this could be, if it's in the tank, or I don't know. You know, I was debating on even posting this video or doing this video, but I felt like I had to because Dory is not just another fish. She's the reason why I upgraded to a 200 gallon. I was literally feeding nori to her with my hand. She was more of a pet to me than anything. I have had her for 7 years. She's probably 8 years old when she passed, and it's just really tough. But I made this video to let you guys know that this type of stuff does happen. And yeah, we grow fond of our fish. They become like pets to us, almost like dogs, and it's just really hard. But I'm gonna leave this on a cliffhanger because I don't know what's gonna happen from here on out. We'll see if the professor gets back to me and I can get her autopsied, but I think the hardest part is not knowing really what happened to Dory and if my other fish are in peril of getting something in the tank as well. That's all I got for you this time, guys. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, click the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and anything you want to say in the comments below, just let me know how you feel about this. I'll see you later.